And this was before Chuck Schumer folded like a wet paper bag. It is bad, dude. That is so bad, bro. That's so fucking bad. Where is she? She was kidnapped, bro. I don't see her. Where'd she go, man? Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Nah. Ain't no shot. Ain't no shot, bro.
Exclusive CNN poll that paints a brutal reality for Democrats as they struggle to mount a unified opposition to President Trump. It is the lowest.
How is this possible? I'm actually confused. How the fuck is this even possible? I'm assuming that the reason this is what it is isn't because they like Trump, but they're unfavorable of the Democrats because they view that the Democrats are too soft. That I can accept.
A government shutdown gives Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and Doge almost complete power as to what to close down because they can decide what is an essential service. If they determine that SNAP, kids shouldn't get food, is not essential, they can just cut it out summarily. They could fire half the workers in the federal government. It would have been a far worse consequence.
So he's saying that the path that House Democrats...
This is a girl boss person, right? Jasmine Crockett. I mean, she's kind of girl bossy. I like her, though. I think she's good. I think she has good stuff. I think she asks good questions. I like her. I like her a lot.
In court, could we do a better job of making sure that the American people know that we are winning in the courts? We probably could. But at the end of the day, it's still Democrats.
Bro, we need that guy. We need that guy talking about Trump and Elon going after your $65.
Mr. Talcove, do you know how much money a day Mr. Musk will receive from the federal government for his contracts?
No.
The answer is $8 million a day. Ms. Royal, do you know how much the average person in this country who survives on Social Security, one of our seniors who's worked their entire life, about how much they have to survive on a day?
I do not.
$65 a day. We're not looking into Elon Musk's $8 million a day. This subcommittee, chaired by Marjorie Taylor Greene and the House Republicans, is looking into your grandmother's $65 a day.
We need people screaming, man. That's what I want, at least at this point. I feel like I'm losing my fucking mind looking at the news half the time. I need people with energy.
Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature? We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security.
Just raw energy right now. Our country is actually under siege. We are actually under attack. And the idea that we're like, oh no, we need to do like whatever. No, dude, this is a dude kicking in your door, breaking into your house, beating the shit out of your dog, beating the shit out of your cat, throwing the dishes around. He's literally like trolling around looking for your children so he can steal their fucking lunch money and their future pensions through Social Security stuff as well, dude. They're gutting everything so they can give your kids lunch money to billionaires. Where's the fucking rage? Where's anything, bro? This is crazy. They're actually stealing our lunch money. This is crazy. But I can only hope that is the reason why these people are unfavorable to Democrats, unless that they view it as like they're like centrists or whatever. I have never seen a more brain-rotted time to be a centrist since I've been born. Okay, you have authoritarianism versus literally just not. Like, versus like democracy right now. That's what we have. We have authoritarianism versus democracy. I'm sorry, if you're a centrist, bro, you're just retarded. I don't know what to tell you, man. I literally don't know what to tell you. You're just fucking stupid. But, okay. All right, we'll keep it pushing.
That are winning for the American people.
Some progressive groups are calling for new leadership in the Senate for Democrats. Even House Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, your leader, he was asked if he supports Schumer as leader of the Senate Democrats, and he said, next question. Do you think Senate Democrats should replace Chuck Schumer?
Yes.
I think Senate Democrats have to sit down and take a look and decide whether or not Chuck Schumer is the one to lead in this moment.
Come on, bro.
You're close with Congresswoman Alexander.
Come on, bro. That non-answer. I'm sorry, coming from her of all people, dude. This is the chick that's supposed to be laying down the law. This was the woman who held those people in the committee hostage.
Very basically, that when it came down to the war in Ukraine, that it was not Ukraine that invaded Russia, it was the other way around. Is there anybody in here that has enough courage to say that Russia invaded Ukraine?
You can have my time.
And this is yet the problem. This is the problem. That is not infringing upon free speech.
Will the gentlelady yield?
I will yield to the right.
Bro, that's pretty bad, bro. Dude, where is that, dude? Where is she? Where is she? She was kidnapped, bro. I don't see her. Where'd she go, man? No shot, bro. No shot, man. No shot.
Not just progressives, by the way. We've heard that moderates have said this too, that they're ready to support her to challenge Chuck Schumer in a Democratic primary. Would you get behind that?
That's 4 years from now. If you were asking me at least in 2 years, then I would have an absolute answer. But I can tell you that there are a lot of...
Wait, what is your answer for 2 years? I'm curious.
People that are watching his leadership in this moment. This is the moment. We don't even know what elections will look like in 4 years, if we will have elections. And so I definitely think that younger, fresher leadership may be something that many of us, not just depending on what part of the spectrum you're on, but many Americans may be looking for, especially in the state of New York.
We're hearing one.
Nah, bruh. Nah. Ain't no shot. Bro. All right, let's read this. The Democratic Party's favorability rating amongst Americans stands at a record low, according to the CNN poll conducted by SSRS, fueled in part by dimming views from its own frustrated supporters. With many in the party saying publicly that their leadership should do more to stand up to the president, Donald Trump. Dude, this guy is as illegitimate as it gets of a president outside of literally rigging the election. I will say that again. This president is as illegitimate of a president as you can physically be without having rigged the election. He won the election, and that is full stop the only legitimacy to his presidency at all. He has gone against court orders. He's gone against the democratic rule of law. He's gone against every single fucking standard precedent that has been set by predecessors. It is insanity. So I do agree with this idea that they aren't doing enough. We are being invaded. We are literally being invaded by a dude. This is like a situation where some dude who came in convinced a bunch of cult members that he's right, and we're just like, oh, I'm not too sure. I'm not whatever. You have to play hardball here. There's a very real chance that this guy will have a shot at overturning our entire democracy. I mean, he's already doing it in many different ways. He's already doing it with Congress. He's already doing it with the judges, right? By just refusing to do anything that they're saying. Hey, my little guy, you want out? Oh, you're my little guy. That is so weak. What is? Democrats and Democrat aligned independents say 57 to 42% that Democrats should mainly work to stop the Republican agenda rather than working with the GOP majority to get some Democratic ideas into legislation. Yeah, 100%. This is, again, working with, so the precedent for working with Republicans to be able to get Democratic ideas into legislation is under the precedent that they care about the rule of law, right? Civility, you should only be civil with people who care about civility. You aren't trying to be civil with barbarians who don't know what civility is, and they only understand getting what they want or getting hit. You gotta hit. We're like a domestic abuse victim, constantly getting hit and then trying to go back and forth with our abuser. At some point, you gotta stop the chain of violence and fucking defend yourself. That's what's happening here. And so I feel like a lot of people, I understand this now a lot more, right? Because when I first saw the numbers, I had, a similar kind of like shock to, I feel like, a lot of people who probably saw those numbers. I was like, what? And now it's making a little bit more sense. It's making a little bit more sense. I would still say I have a favorable position of the Democrats, but yeah, it's definitely, I don't blame anybody for not. We need to be harsher and stuff, but I have a favorable position because they're not completely out of their mind. Anyway, a survey was taken March 6th through 9th before 10 Democratic senators, including Senate minority. Yeah, this is crazy to me. This was in March 6th and 9th. This was before Chuck Schumer folded. So, bro, this is so bad. These numbers that are primarily led by people not wanting to, or people believing that the Democrats are too soft on Republicans and Trump, the lack of favorability amongst the Democratic Party. And this was before Chuck Schumer folded like a wet paper bag over the GOP legislation, bro. It is bad, dude. That is so bad, bro. That's so fucking bad. Voted with Republicans in the chamber to advance GOP authored spending bill to avert a government shutdown. Much of the charging of many other Democratic lawmakers and progressive critics. The majority's desire to fight the GOP marks a significant change in the party's posture from the start of Trump's first admin. A September 2017 poll found that a broad 74% majority of Democrats and Democrat leaners say the party should work with Republicans in an attempt to advance their own priorities. It's just 23% advocating for a more combative approach. And a shift from Trump's first term, most Democrat-aligned adults say the party should focus on trying to stop GOP agenda. What is this? Is that 57? Yeah, it's 57%. 74 to 42. Dang, still 42% of people, though, want us to work with them. You already replaced military brass with yes men. It's too late. Good luck, Relly. I don't think it's too late. We got a shot, bro. We got a shot. We got something, man. Don't tell me it's too late, bro. Democrat-aligned adults say 52 to 48% that the leadership of the Democratic Party is currently taking the party in the wrong direction. That's another shift from 8 years ago when views metrics were largely positive. Among the American public overall, the Democratic Party's favorability rating stands at just 29%, a record low in CNN's polling dating back to 92, and a drop of 20 points since 2021. When Trump exited his first term under the shadow of the January 6th attack at the Capitol, the Republican Party's rating currently stands at 36%. I mean, I'm assuming it means at that time. That's driven in part by relatively high levels of dissatisfaction within the Democratic Party. Just 63% of Democrats and Democrat-leaning independents report a favorable view of their own party, a dip from 72% in January and 81% at the start of Joe Biden's administration. The decline comes across ideological wings, with favorability ratings for the Democratic Party falling by 18 points among liberals and moderates alike since the start of 2021. In comparison to what? Progressives? By contrast, 79% of Republicans and Republican leaders currently take a positive view of the GOP. Political independents as a group take dim views of both parties, with 19% rating the Democrats favorably and 20% saying the same of the Republicans. Both the Democratic and Republican parties are viewed by about half the public as having views and policies that are too extreme, rather than generally mainstream. That's a change from 2022, when most Americans, 56%, called Democratic Party's positions mainstream. Views of the GOP have remained effectively unchanged over that time. I'm going to assume 2022. Did the trans athlete shit popped off? What popped off over the last 2 years that people are going to call extreme? The only thing that I could think of that Democrats push that could be considered extreme is trans issues. That's the only thing I can think of. Political independents remain likelier to see Republicans as out of the mainstream. 57% call the GOP too extreme, while 48% say the same of Democrats, but 16% of all Democrats, but 60% of Democrats call their own party too extreme, while just 9% of Republicans say the same about the GOP. There's a brain rot amongst the Republicans is insane. The public continues to draw a distinction between Trump and his party. Americans are 9 points likelier to call the president too extreme than to say the same of the Republican Party as a whole. Although that's down from an 18-point gap in 2022, Democrats who overwhelmingly consider Trump too extreme have yet to consolidate around any one party leader to serve as a counterpoint. Asked in an open-ended question to name a Democratic leader they feel best reflects their core values of the party, 10% of Democrat-aligned adults named AOC. Damn. 9% Kamala Harris? Kamala. No shot. 8% Sanders? 6% Hakeem Jeffries? 4% Obama? And Jasmine Crockett, with Schumer joining a handful of others at 2%. I'm surprised Buttigieg isn't anywhere in there. We're approaching controlled opposition levels of bad. I mean, Schumer's decision was sus. Schumer's decision was sus, for sure. 30% didn't offer a name in response. No one responded, answered. That's the problem. It's tough. It's a bad beat. That's a bad beat. What's wrong with having a wife with a boyfriend? All right. I don't need to read this whole article. We get the gist. It's depressing. That's what we get. It's depressing. Very depressing.